So today I'll actually be talking about how to be a change maker and how to drive innovation because actually that's my background and that's what I've been doing right now. And it will be a really crazy story, but then it will be interesting because my background, if we haven't connected before, is on engineering. My background is on electrical engineering. I studied electrical engineering in university, and my path is quite different from the usual engineering path. I went into marketing, and I'm kind of that person who did turn from an engineer turned into a marketer, which is actually very interesting because I was able to apply engineering principles in my work today. So I am a tech consultant for the Digital Innovation Sandbox at Asian Development Bank. And what we currently do at Asian Development Bank actually is we fund projects which we think would help our member countries. Well, we do actually have a lot of member countries throughout the world and mostly in the Asia and the Pacific, but we're very much aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals. And personally, for me, this is what I've been advocating for, and I am actually really quite lucky to be working for an organization like ADB. So talking about, I asked you ladies, like, what are you feeling right now? What's the situation in your countries? The pace of change we're currently facing today, we're driven to adapt. And to me, adapting means innovating. Facing change has always been and will be different and difficult in any aspect. It's not like the normal that we used to know, right? But the world we are in constantly demands change. And what's more, this pace will only accelerate from here on. We'd better get used to the constant state of flux. It's kind of an engineering term, but I really like using the term constant flux. Because, however, in this time that we are in, we're actually quite lucky. Well, well, with the situation right now, we're forced to adapt, right? So, okay, I can't share with you my presentation, but I can send you a link to my presentation later so you can have a look. But okay, I'll continue. So with the pace of change we're currently facing today, we're driven to adapt, like right now. And we're having a virtual conference, which is a big step actually to adapting. And to me, adapting means innovating. So this is something that we here at Women Tech Network is really advocating for. And facing change has always been and will be difficult. For any aspect, personal or professional wise. But in this time, I think we're really quite lucky because in terms of having this era of digital era that we're in, because I've been working in the tech industry since I was actually 18. I'm currently 22 now, and I've been lucky to be in the tech industry, and I've seen the constant stream of new technologies, startups, and disruptions, especially, here in the Asian space, in the market of Asia. It's actually really interesting. I'm not quite familiar with Europe. I'd love to hear more about it as well later when we have our Q&A and our discussion. But I am truly optimistic that from this situation, we can recover quite quickly. What we need to ask ourselves is how we can triumph over adversity through innovation. So these are valuable lessons to be learned during these tumultuous times. Each uncertainty holds the promise of a new and better future. And situations like this, I think, would tackle uncertainty and work toward a better future. But to be able to reach this better future, you have to be able to make sense of the uncertainty of the present. So it's actually more of like tackling what we're currently facing right now, not like running away from it, right? So for most of us in a distressing and unexpected global situation, whether you're affected personally or on a professional level, I do understand that a lot of women have also lost sense of meaning and purpose. Well, in terms of, like, for example, we're all in different situations. Like if you lost your job or whatever situation you're in, this calls us to create and shape a new narrative of where we're going or heading to. And this is how we can start making some sense out of this. So basically, when frightening situations like this occur, we often want to hunker down and take comfort in what's safe and familiar. But believe it or not, this time of stress and adversity can also be hidden opportunities to try something new. I actually really wanted to share with you I'll be sharing the link for sure, but what we're currently doing at ADB is really in line with the SDGs. And we have a 2030 strategy, which focuses on prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable goals, which are helping other countries in focusing on infrastructure as a key priority and expanding interventions in sectors such as health, education, and social protection. So for us, our strategy actually, hi Janvi, I saw your question. So I'm a tech consultant at ADB. So I'm working at the Digital Innovation Sandbox program, which is a new department actually at ADB. So we're forced to adapt, and this has been a new program that we actually just launched recently. So I'll share with you my LinkedIn profile as well. So also as well, I'm sharing a link for the challenge that we have. Actually, this is what I'm talking about right now. So for us at the ADB, our 2030 strategy acts as our organization's GPS of where the world is going. And our team, our specific team, which is the Digital Innovation Sandbox team, is on the initiative of Digital Against COVID-19. So we are working to bring in a lot of different perspectives. And personally, for me, I want a lot of women to actually join in. And so with this, I'll actually share with you the specific link for the challenge. 1 second. Well, this would have been my presentation. Actually, my presentation would have had the elements in the website, so you can check it out. So we are looking to bring different people in with variety of toolkits and skill sets. Well, diversity encourages truly innovative solutions to address real and practical challenges. And what it's actually fostering is cross-functional collaboration. So we're looking at cognitive diversity, and of course, it comes with more women, diversity in gender, people of color, and going global means different experience. And by default, you'd have a different way of looking at things, right? Well, in our perspective, well, if just a little bit of a background, ADB is kind of a really traditional company. So the Digital Innovation Sandbox is innovative. So the digital era demands that old hierarchies adapt to new collaborations and openness. And the mantra of the digital age is openness. So today, open and easy access to information and ideas has brought about radical change in the way the world does business. So where does ADB fit into this brave new world of sharing and openness? Today's problems, such as health and well-being, education, enhancing institutions are just too complex for one organization to solve alone. So additionally, power in the digital era is open, peer-driven, and participatory, which is why in an attempt to usher in this new age of collaboration and open participation, we introduced this hackathon. Actually, this is a very long hackathon. It's a 9-month hackathon, which we call Digital Against COVID-19. And this is a virtual hackathon in which innovators from all over the world are invited to share ideas or focus on a specific challenge to create an innovative and transformative solution. And in terms of generating thematic ideas, the question that we want you to ask is, are there ways digital technologies could help us address the long-term needs of critical areas such as health and well-being, education, economic development, and enhancing institutions? Ideas can be submitted throughout the 9-month period of the hackathon. Actually, it's a 9-month period, so giving you time to generate ideas. It doesn't matter if it's an early stage idea, a mature idea, you can still submit it. So if you're looking to get clarity and traction on finding a breakthrough solution to a challenge, ask yourself, how might digital tools help us address our most critical problems and opportunities to address specific problems and specific challenges? So we want to go beyond spotting solutions to actually putting together a comprehensive, systematic, and scalable program aimed at producing measurable, sustained outcomes. So we're actually selecting the best ideas and solutions and providing them with the opportunity to develop their innovations through access to resources and funding. So this is why I really want to encourage a lot of women to join, because you'd get the opportunity to make your idea into a reality. And we'd be happy to support those ideas that you'd be submitting. So success doesn't really arise from the genius of few individuals, but from a connected collective that integrates technologies, funding, and ideas from across the spectrum. So that's my presentation. Well, I would have loved to share with you the open innovation and crowdsourcing platform that we have, but all I can share with you is the link. I think you can access the link via the chat. Let me know if there's any problem with accessing the link. But do you have any questions? Let me know in the chat box. I'm happy to answer any questions about the hackathon, about open innovation and crowdsourcing solutions. I'd also love to connect with you ladies on LinkedIn. I'll post my profile here and we can connect. This is actually a hackathon with different themes. So if you have ideas under health and well-being, education, economic development, and also enhancing institutions, you can submit. And if you're participating on a specific challenge, you'd get the chance to get a 10,000 USD grant. And apart from that, we're providing you pilot testing in terms of the selected area that you chose your solution to be addressed in. And then eventually we're gonna incubate you and then, of course, give you resources that you'll be needing. So actually, if you're an individual, it's fine. Or if you want to form a team, it's also fine. So it's from one member to others. So that's the hackathon format. So if you have any questions about the hackathon, just let me know. But yeah, I've always thought that the hackathons like this, because how I started my career in tech is actually based on joining hackathons. Because when will be the hackathon? It's 9 months. So you have it was launched last April, and it will last for 9 months. So anytime from since it was launched April, for 9 months, you can submit a general idea. Actually, if you have a specific idea and it's on an early stage, you're just on the ideation stage, it's fine. You just put together a pitch deck and then submit, and then you'd be able to actually develop the idea into a prototype if it gets selected. So if you have really good ideas, then I suggest that you try it out. Just start something. Doesn't have to be perfect, and you have time. Are there any, I'm actually a little bit curious. Are there any data scientists or engineers here? The ideas can be general, or it could be specific to your country or to your area. It's fine, because it could always be applied, right? Because we're gonna test the idea that you have. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. If you're a data engineer or data scientist, actually, we're specifically looking for specific solutions. So we have 3 data challenges that are currently live as well. Apart from submitting ideas, we also have 3 solutions that we're currently looking at. So every time we select solutions, every 3 months, we select 5 solutions, which we pursue in terms of like pilot testing and then incubation and then eventually funding. But you also get a 10K USD grant apart from that. So I think it's a great opportunity. So even if you're a student, actually, you're still very much welcome to join. And you can also engage with your university in terms of asking them to maybe participate. Because we're welcoming all different kinds of ideas and solutions, from startups, from students, so all different kinds of perspectives. So I think maybe working together would be really great. So if there are no more questions, any more questions? I'd be really happy to connect on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, then you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and then we can converse from there. And of course, we have the networking area. We can connect more on there. I hope all of you stay safe. And I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, also Facebook. So wherever you want to connect with me, we can connect there. I'll share with you my account here as well. Okay, thank you, ladies. Stay safe and have a good day. Enjoy all the other sessions as well. And I hope to meet you in the networking area.